When you hear the word robot, you probably think of this guy, an actual robot that looks like a human, or at least Boston Dynamics Atlas. That's why you're probably not worried since they don't seem to hit the streets anytime soon. But we don't need this kind of the robots to do your job better than you. If you're the freshman by the time you graduated 4 years from now, it will be quite difficult to find a job at 10 years from now. That job would probably won't exist at all. Not because robots are coming, but they are already here. In this video, you are going to learn how automation works, which jobs are already getting automated, and which ones are getting to disappear in the next 10 years. Algorithms, the reasons you clicked on this video is that the robot behind YouTube analyzed your behavior and decided that you are going to click on this video, and since you did, the algorithms got it right, and now it knows a little bit more about you. In the past, automatizations used to mean giant machines doing simple repetitive work. However, that has changed. Every purchase you make online, every website you visit, every Google search you make tells a little more about to the algorithms, because algorithms are little robots who sit behind any touch you use and learn on their own. You no longer have to teach the machine to perform the certain tasks. Feed with the bunch of the information, so they will analyze them, try millions and not billions of the combinations, and eventually will get better than you. We humans also learn by the trial and error. However, the difference is we needed billions of the years to come to the point where we are now, and the robots can learn it in the almost no time. Voice recognitions. I know that the Siri on your phone seems like it is stuck in 2011 with iPhone 4S, but voice recognition technology has improved dramatically since then. No one wants to talk to the robot when he calls to call center, but have you ever wondered why call center agents have become so good at solving your problems? It's not because they somehow got smarter, but rather it's the robot that's doing the job. Every call center record your voices when you call them, because the robot first trusts your speech into text, understands your problem, and then goes through the endless numbers of the information within the second to find the suitable solutions and present them to the agent. And all that is left for the agent is to click on the right solutions that's on the screen. So step-by-step instructions will appear in front of him screen, and he just reads them to you. As soon as the customer says they want to cancel a credit card, the robot understands that, does ahead and gets the instruction for the agent on how to cancel the credit. According to the article of the BBC, this technology reduced an average call durations from the 4.6 to 4.2 minutes on average. That might not sound much, but those saved seconds add up across millions of the calls in the industry where time is money. What does that mean? Call centers now need fewer agents. That already puts thousands of the people out of the work. Agents don't need to be trained anymore because robots are going everything, so that puts the trainers out of the work. And while the agents are choosing the most suitable options, the algorithms behind the screen is taking a note, and after minutes of the interactions, the algorithm will learn how to be as good as the human in the choosing the most suitable options from the choice that the algorithm itself comes up with. That's when even agents will be put out of the work. Self-driving cars. That's not only where automation is taking place. We all know about self-driving cars. You probably have seen Tesla in your neighborhood, but you don't care. I mean, why would you? Every year, 1.3 million people die due to the car accidents, and 35 million get injured. Basically, by the end of the day, 3,287 people will die because they are the cash cars in the streets. That's the big number. In fact, in the last few decades, their numbers is only grew exponentially. But what is that main cause behind so many accidents? It turns out that it almost 95% of the cases it's the fault of the driver. Simply put, accidents happens when the drivers aren't paying enough attention, and that's where self-driving cars come into the picture. Unlike human, robots can stay focused on the road all the time. Currently, self-driving cars have 98% safety rate, even though that's quite high. But no one will trust a self-driving car, even if there is a 2% chance of the accidents. However, it's just a matter of another few years before the guys in Silicon Valley will get the number to the 99.9%. Remember, the longer we wait, the more people we are going to on intentionally kill. But that's not the only problem with the cars. The truth is, cars are extremely inefficient mode of transport. On average, they are the only used 5% of the time. The other 95% they are parked somewhere waiting for you. And even when you drive it, you spend a big chunk of that time looking for a parking. Self-driving won't only solve that problems, but completely gets rid of the traffic. I know that sounds like the complete utopia. However, CGP Gray has a great video on that, which link will be in the description. Despite all the advantage of these innovations, millions of the people who livelihood depends on the driving will be out of the work, which includes 3.5 million truck drivers in America alone. The other 5 jobs that will disappear at first. It might seem like robots will only take routine and repetitive jobs, but a sophisticated job is nothing but a combination of the many simple repeating tasks. That's what means is that the algorithm is also about to replace jobs such as accounting. Robots are simply better at analyzing the financial statements, outing bookkeeping, and on. This doesn't only concern accounting. Most of the low jobs are subjective to optimizations because algorithms are just better at going through the endless numbers of the papers. Legal discovery, create context. They can argue about parking tickets and handle the divorce cases. So, to become the lawyer, you either become expansional at your job or robots will replace you. That also includes most of the administrative jobs, assistants, secretaries, middle management, administrators in the general, you name it. For the last few decades, we have created an unbelievable amount of new content, and as we know, the more data we feed to these algorithms, the faster they learn. So robots that will be writing the news are just around to the corner, even though the most of the optimizations is happening with white collar jobs. Their algorithms also have helped to create robots that would replace humans in the construction industry, since most of the construction works consist of the heavy repeating tasks from moving materials to building walls. Why this time is different? Optimizations isn't something new. It has been happening throughout human existence. We have always been trying to come up with inventions to make life easier, and it's now the first time we are facing such a challenge. In fact, in the last few decades, we have automated a good numbers of the factory jobs. But what did these people do when they lost their jobs? With a little bit of the training, they took up constructions, transportations, and administrative tasks. But what's going to happen when all of these jobs will be automated at once? But what happens when you cannot become the lawyer, accountant, and all administrative jobs are automated? And as a backup plan, you can't even drive Uber for a living. How to prepare yourself? However, not everything as bad as it seems. At the end of the day, we are automating everything to make life easier for us humans. Of course, there will be the new type of the jobs, but they will most likely require more sophisticated skills, and since we humans are not fast learning, at the least compared to the algorithms, most of us will struggle and adapt to this the new economy that's rules by the algorithms. The only way to be among the winners in this economy is to constantly learn, because the moment you stop learning, sooner or later the algorithms will learn how to do it better than you, and you doomed again. Of course, you can spend your entire life going to the college, since if the 4 years degree costs $100K, how much do you think 30 years education will cost? That's where Skillshare comes into the picture. With over 21,000 classes, you can learn pretty much any skills you want. That includes coding, web designing, photography, you name it. In fact, if you want to learn to make the animated videos, you can take this monitor graphics course by the Kuzgested and learn the basic After Effects and start making animations videos. The first 168 people will use the links in the descriptions will get a 2 months free trial. So click on that link and sign up. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next videos if robots ain't going to take my job.